Hi everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Will, hi. Ren, Yao, hi. Ryan, hi.
Hi, Ali.
Everyone, hello. Hello. Hassan, hi. All of you guys. So you are getting about a bit too much. I can't say hello to all, but cool. Right. Thanks for joining us today, guys. I will wait for next 2 or 3 minutes. Waiting for everyone to join, then we can start. Hello, who we have here?
Excuse me, Ali.
Yes,
Uh, I have mine as well. I've sent you an email about the tutorial.
right,
Um,
okay. So Will, could you please remind me again and send me another email if your problem hasn't been fixed? So please email me again because it's lecture time. I don't want to waste lecture time
okay.
for this. But thank you for that. So please remind me after class. I will definitely work to fix that for you.
Okay, great. Thank you very
Cool.
much. Cheers.
Not a problem. All right. So hello guys again. So for those who joined uh, recently, hello again everyone. So my name is Ali. Um, I'm really glad to uh, be the unit coordinator, lecturer, and the tutor for KIT709. And I can see some of familiar faces from last semester, or maybe 2 semesters before. Glad to see you guys again, if I'm having the class with you guys again. For those, this is the first time I'm lecturing, or maybe I'm uh, here with you guys. I'm really glad to have you guys around. So let's start. We have short amount of time. We have only 15 minutes for lectures. Uh, so let's go through that one immediately and hope rest of our friends join us soon. So we have 140 for now. Hope others join us very soon. Uh, Right. Okay. So I'm just sharing my screen with you guys. Right. So guys, can you give me a feedback if you, can you please write on the chat box if you can see my screen? Great. Thanks. Thanks. Heaps of them. All right. Good. Thanks, guys. Very good. Okay. So I will keep my video on. Right. Okay. Great. Very clear. All right. So let's go. So first session, guys. First session of KIT709. So what we are going to review this session. This is going to be kind of like maybe introduction session to KIT709. I will go through the focus and scope of this unit, unit schedule, assessment types, and what you guys need to do to get good marks. So which is going to be very interesting for you guys. Then we are going to focus a bit on ERP systems, or maybe the name of this unit is Enterprise Architecture and Systems, right? So what does that mean? What does enterprise mean? What does enterprise systems, enterprise architecture means, right? So we're going to talk a bit about these terms. It seems a bit scary to some of you guys that we have enterprise architecture. What does that mean? Don't worry, I'm going to go through that one soon, and then we will find out what is happening in this unit. Right, so we're going to focus on SAP as well. So SAP is a name of a software that we are going to focus on tutorials mostly. And I'm going to give you a bit of explanation on SAP systems as well. And at the end of the class, hopefully we can have some Q&A session if you guys have any question. I think last 5 minutes or last couple of minutes of the class, we're going to focus on the Q&A session if you guys have any question. Right, so let's start, guys. What is the unit objective? What is the objective of this unit? We're going to walk through the advantages and limitations of enterprise systems, right? So what are enterprise systems in general? So we call these enterprise systems, so the systems that using different applications, different tools to manage the different functions in organizations, in enterprises, right? For example, imagine you are going to produce tomato paste, right? A tomato paste, very simple, right? So you have different, let's say, functions involved. You have purchasing department involved. You need to purchase some tomatoes, store them in your warehouses. After that, you're going to bring all those tomatoes into the into the plant, make them smashed and produce the tomato paste, and then store them again, and then sell that to customers, right? So as you can see, we have different departments involved here: purchasing department, manufacturing department, sale and distribution, human resources, accounting. So all these departments in organization are involved with this process. What we are going to do in this unit is how these departments, different departments in the unit, is going to be coordinated, integrated in one factory, in one organization, in one enterprise, right? So this is our aim in this unit, what we're going to do. All right, so it was a bit introduction about enterprise systems. I will give you more explanation later on, but I just want to give you a bit of introduction that you guys don't get to the unit in a blind way, right? So I just want to give you a bit of information about enterprise systems. Right, so let's go through learning outcomes, guys. What are the learning outcomes? So these 3 learning outcomes are very important. You need to meet these 3 learning outcomes to be able to pass the unit, right? So you need to show the evidence of each of these three learning outcomes. The first one, apply SAP Enterprise software, right? So as I mentioned before, we are going to use SAP software. So the SAP software is the main and the most important application for software in supply chain management context or enterprise architecture context, right? It's a German software, and it's going to give you a good opportunity to learn this software. So this is the first aim of this unit. The second aim, we're going to focus on some theoretical parts of enterprise resource plan or ERP systems, enterprise systems, right? So we're going to have some practical knowledge with SAP and some theoretical knowledge with ERP systems, right? Also, we are encouraging you guys to work in groups, to communicate effectively in groups. So we have some group tasks. I'm going to introduce you, and you guys are expected to work in a group, get those things done, and then get a good marks, right? So these are the three main aims. I'm going to back to these three aims later, but have these three things in mind first. So I can see guys, some of you guys raising hands, some of you guys writing comments in chat. So because I can see so many of them, sorry, hopefully I can get back to your chat or maybe what you have written, but please mute yourself for now. Let me to finish these things, and then we will back to what you guys are requesting. Right, so, all right, so let's move on. So it was learning outcomes. We are going to achieve these three learning outcomes. Our teaching pattern, guys, we're going to have 1 hour of lecture every week. Tuesday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. or to 4:50 p.m., 15 minutes of lecture we're going to have every week. Beside that one, we're going to have 2 hours of tutorials each week, right? So in general, 3 hours, 1 hour lecture and 2 hours of tutorials. In lectures, we are going to focus on theoretical parts mostly. In tutorials, we're going to work on practical side of working with SAP, right? So please, most of you guys have already allocated yourself for the tutorials. If you have any problem for tutorial allocation, please email me after the class. I will get these things done. Right. Few information about the team, our teaching team. So as I mentioned before, my name is Ali. I'm in Launceston. Most of you guys are in Hobart, I know, but I'm located in Launceston, and here is my room number, but because of this COVID situation, I don't think I will be in my room most of the times, but definitely you can email me anytime, and we can have a consultation time as well. I'm going to announce the time of consultation for myself and for the other tutors involved in this unit. If you are in Hobart, you are going to work with Rizzo, Lachlan, Clone, and Brian. So guys, if you are around, can you please turn on your microphone and say hi to our friends? Rizzo, Lachlan, Glenn, Brian.
Lachlan.
Lachlan.
Hi, this is Rizzo.
Hi, Rizzo. Hi, Lachlan. And I think we have Brian here as well.
Yes, I'm Brian over here. Thank you.
Hi, Brian. Good. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So we have 4 of our tutors in Hobart. If you are in Hobart, you're going to work with a lovely tutorial team. And if you are in Launceston, I will be your tutor and lecturer as well. Right. So guys, few information about myself. So let's be a bit out of the topic, and then we're going back to the topic again. So, guys, I love music a lot. I'm playing a bit of violin and a bit of another Iranian musical instrument called sitar. This one here. So music is part of my life. I love music. If you guys love music, then we have something in common. I have a couple of experiences in different countries. In my country, Iran, and I'm Iranian, by the way. And I have a teaching experience in China. 2 years ago, I was in Xi'an city in Shanxi province. If you guys are from Shanxi province, so raise your hands, or maybe I'm really happy to have you around. I love that city, and it was really good experience for me teaching in Xi'an city in China. I didn't learn much Chinese, unfortunately, but it was really great experience for me. Right. So, and I also love sports, guys. I'm playing futsal, soccer. I'm soccer referee, tennis referee, and yeah. So, sport and music is my main hobbies, in general. Right. I studied my bachelor in industrial engineering. I finished that one in 2011. I did my master's in MBA, Master of Business Administration. I finished that in 2014, and I finished my PhD last year, 2019, at UTAS. Right, so it was a bit information about myself. I'm teaching in UTAS for a year and a half, I think. And also I'm teaching for International College of Management in Sydney as well. Right, so a bit of information about myself. So let's move on. Right, so a couple of things, guys, for your communication, in terms of communication. If you have any question, please, guys, please write KIT709 in the subject, first part, right? Then please write your full name and your ID in the subject, please, or maybe in the first part of the content. So this is make things much easier for us to realize who you are, which group, or maybe if you are inquiring regarding KIT709 or other units we don't know, right? So make these things clear first, please. Then we will have a better idea who you are and to solve your problem. So if you are inquiring regarding the group task, group tutorial task, please write your tutorial group SAP account. If you are inquiring regarding your SAP account, write your SAP account, user ID, please. And if you have any problem, please send us and maybe screenshot of your problem. Then we will have a better idea to fix your problem, to help you out on that, right? So informations, the unit ID and the full name and all those informations are much appreciated if you guys can write that one. Right. Your attendance and performance requirement, guys. I acknowledge you guys, or maybe I'm expecting you guys to take part in both lectures and tutorials. Guys, this unit is a kind of a practical unit, right? So you need to be practically involved with the SAP software and some theoretical part of this unit. So participation is highly required. So for example, if you want to work with SAP software, you will hear some tricks, some information how to work with SAP in tutorials, right? So if you don't participate in tutorials, then you will miss some tricks, some points how to work with that one. If you got stuck somewhere, then it's going to be very hard to again, come back again, fix the problem. And sometimes it's not possible to fix the problem, sometimes, right? So you need to be very careful if you are working with SAP. And I highly encourage you guys to participate in tutorial classes, also lectures as well. Right, so the first deadline for you guys is going to be Sunday of week 3, right? We are in week 1. Second week is going to be next week, and a week after that, week 3 is going to be the deadline for your first assignment with SAP, right? We're going to give more explanation about your assignment in your tutorial classes. Don't worry about this. But if you want to get estimation when you need to start working, this is now. You need to start working now. Right. This is about your attendance. We are going to check your attendance on tutorials, and please participate. So what else? Right. So your assessments, very interesting point, maybe part of this unit. Most of you guys are waiting to see how you are going to get HDs, lots of HDs, right? So here is, here is where you're going to hear about these things. So you're going to have your final mark, which is 100% of your, which is going to be 100%. You need to get 50%, same as the other units, to pass them, to pass this unit. But we're going to have two types of assessment types. First one is in-semester assessments, right? So 60% of your mark is going to be based on in-semester assessment. 15% is going to be SAP task. You will have 3 SAP tasks, right? We're going to introduce one by one these things. You're going to have 1 online quiz on week 7, right? So this is going to be 10% of your mark, right? So SAP task and individual online quiz is going to be individual, right? So you're not going to be involved in a group work up until week 7 or 8, right? So you're going to do individual task. For SAP, 3 SAP tasks and 1 online quiz, 25% individual. And 35% of your mark is going to be the group task. You need to form the groups. We're going to inform you how to make the groups, how to register, how to enroll yourself in Milo, and etc. in next coming weeks. Don't worry about group assignments for now, right? But we're going to have presentations, 15% of your mark. 20% is going to be case study. And in total, you're going to have 60% of in-semester assessment. You will have the final exam, which is going to be 40% of your mark, right? Again, I'm going to give you more explanation about the final exam, what is included, what are the questions look like, and how you guys need to get prepared for your final exam, right? But this is how these percentages are look like. Right, so guys, your questions, I will get back to your questions at the end of the class, because the number of questions is quite high. I will be a bit distracted answering your questions, right? So apologize for that one, but I will get back to your questions hopefully. Right, but the important thing, guys, the important thing to pass the unit, guys, you need to get 45% of the total mark in semester assessment items, right? What does that mean? So we have 60% of in-semester assignments, these things, right? You need to get at least 45% of the mark, 45% of this 60% mark, right? To be able to pass the unit. Imagine you have done the final assessment and you got 90 HD, right? 90 mark, very good, perfect, right? But if you cannot get 40% or more of in-semester assignments, these things will be failed, unfortunately, right? So for both in-semester and final or maybe formal examination, you need to get at least 45% of the total mark, right? So please be careful on this. For those who are in their first semester, so this is going to be a bit tricky. If you need any more explanation, I will give you more explanation. But for those who are in their second semester, third semester, or fourth semester, you guys already know this. But this is a bit of a heads up before we start. Guys, could you please mute yourself?
709吗？
他有权限去做开那个系统嘛。然后今年我
All right. So this is about the assessment types, right? So you need to get 45% of in-semester assignments, 45% of, at least 45% of formal examination, and 50% of the overall mark to pass the unit. So, and you need to demonstrate your ability for each ILO's, intended learning outcomes. We reviewed these ILO's, if you remember, in the third slide, right? But let's have a look at those ILO's again. Intended learning outcomes, the aim of the unit. So these three things, or maybe your ability to do these things, are extremely important to pass the unit, right? Okay, so if you didn't get the point, or maybe didn't get what you need to do, read these things again, because these things are important. Right, so let's get to assessment types in specific. SAP task. This is individual task, as I mentioned before. You're going to have 3 assignments, right? End of week 3, end of week 6, and end of week 9, right? So this is a deadlines for your SAP task. I'm going to explain about this SAP task. What does this task mean? And then how you're going to perform this. But just have this one in mind. Attendance will be monitored, and we used to have lab exercises or lab sessions, but because of this COVID situation, unfortunately, we need to transfer lab exercises to online exercises, right? So you're going to work with your tutors in online exercises to use SAP software. For your online quiz, again, we're going to give you more explanation. What are those questions? But it's going to be multiple choice questions, and we are going to take this online quiz on week 7, right? So basically, it's going to be based on the information I'm covering in lectures and the SAP task you are performing. So this is going to be the source of this individual online quiz. Right, regarding presentation, group assignments. The first group assignment is going to be the presentations. You guys are going to be given some topics, 5 or 6 topics, right? Each group in each tutorial task, in each tutorial class, is going to choose one of those topics and work on those topics, give a presentation, and then get a mark. Easy, right? So this is about the presentation, and this is going to be a group, let's say, assignment, and you guys need to make a group of 3 people. Right, and the members, group members for this presentation is going to, they should be from the same tutorial class, please. Right, case study. Last 20% of your in-semester assignments is going to be on case study. We're going to provide you a case study about Harley-Davidson company, right? So you guys need to write a report about that case study you're going to be given, right? We are going to give you more explanation when the time comes, when we are in week, let's say 9 or 10. But this is going to be 20% of your mark, and this is going to get done in a group work, group task. Right. So these are your assignments, in-semester assignments, 60%. Let's go through the unit resources, what you guys need to study. So the lecture slides, the slides I'm presenting now, these lecture slides and tutorial slides, SAP tasks, right? SAP manuals you're going to be given. So those are the main sources for you guys to study. But if you want to get familiar with SAP tasks, with enterprise architecture and systems, ERP systems, the first book here, written by Mago and Ward, right? So is very good resource for you. And this is going to be the main source, the main book for this unit. So you will find the other books and the other the other books and articles below. But the first one is going to be the most important one, which you guys probably need to refer to sometimes. So if you just look it up on the internet, on Google, you will easily find this book, and it is available for you on Google. Right, so this is about the unit resources and SAP software. So guys, you are going to be given some accounts, just one account for each person, right? Not some accounts, one account for each person. So in your first tutorial, your tutors will give you guys these SAP accounts, your username and the password, how to enter to the software, and how to navigate in that software, and what is going to be the case study. You guys are going to work on that one and then get the things done to get your marks, right? So in your first tutorial, your tutors will give you guys more explanation about SAP software, your accounts, and what you guys need to do to perform.
跟我说给我们一个 account 干嘛呀？
他给你们账户。
Right. So this is about SAP software. And what else we have here? So guys, for SAP, what you need to do is just having your laptop, or maybe, yeah, laptop is the best choice, of course, to get into the Fiori Launchpad or SAP software interface, right? So everywhere you have internet, it doesn't matter you have laptops, desktop computers, or maybe your tablets, doesn't matter, you can access to SAP software, right? So SAP Fiori Launchpad will give you this option that you can access from everywhere. As long as you have internet and you have your device, you can access to that one. So don't worry if you don't have an access to, let's say, labs, right? So your laptop can solve all the problems for you. So guys, another important thing, SAP is really good software to work with. It is friendly software, but you need to be careful. Every step you are doing, every, let's say, transactions you are making in SAP, right, is important. And it's like a footprint, guys. It's like a footprint, right? So imagine you are walking on snows, right? So you're making footprints. Once you did one of these footprints, it is very hard to remove that one. So be careful. Pay attention to the manual, your tutors, and get to that software and get things done easy, and then you can get your mark, you can get your task done very easily. But don't be really, let's say, very quickly, I mean, don't be like, I'm quickly wants to fix this. I'm quickly want to get my assignment done. Take your time, read the steps, and have your footprints in a right place, not a wrong footprint, right? So be careful about this one. We are here, your tutors are here to help you guys out on these, let's say, SAP tasks, right? But in most of the cases, this is your responsibility to find out how to do this SAP task, right? So we will help you, but you guys need to have, I mean, you need to pay attention to these SAP things more carefully. Right, another important thing before we start, or before you guys start your tutorial tasks, are your SAP accounts. Guys, these SAP accounts are very easy to be locked, very easy, right? We can unlock these things for you. This is possible, but it will take lots of time for you and for your tutors to get this one unlocked for you, right? So probably, and imagine this is Friday, you have your tutorial and the deadline is Friday midnight, right? Your account is locked, you're stuck, right? You are emailing your tutor, he's going to help you, but maybe he's probably busy with other students, with other things, cannot unlock your account, and you're losing your mark for that SAP task, right? So the important thing here is your password. In your first tutorial, you will be given your accounts like this one. Learn, I mean, 000, learn 001, learn 345, whatever your learn account is. So this is going to be your user account, right? And in the first session, your tutors will help you to set up your password. And guys, the password, as I mentioned, is really important. Don't trust your memory, write it down somewhere. You will have, I have lots of passwords in my mind, right? For my different accounts, for my Google account, I have one password. For my, I don't know, Facebook account, I have another password. And then, so I have, let's say 10 passwords in my mind, right? It's easy to be mixed up, all these things, right? So please don't trust your memories, write it down somewhere. And then when you're going to enter to the software, be careful about your password. Once you enter your password just once wrong, you will be locked in the software, right? So please be careful and have this one in mind. And be careful about your SAP activities, your SAP task, right? So we cannot delete a transactions you are making. It is exactly like the footprints as I mentioned, right? Once you have these footprints, then it's very hard to remove that one. So please be careful, take your time, and then get things done in a right way, Right, and I have already explained this one. Please attend all lectures and tutorials. These things are important. You will find some tricks in tutorials that is important for you guys to finish your assignments. Right, regarding plagiarism, guys, very serious issue, very serious. Be careful about plagiarism, right? Take a bit of time. I know you have so many assignments to do and you're busy with all the tasks. And due to the COVID situation, it's a bit hard to get things done maybe on time, right? But please, if you're going to write a report, or maybe the theoretical part of the report you will see later on, you will need some time. Take your time, write it down. Don't copy and paste, please. And if you cheat, it will have a very serious consequences, very serious. I don't want to emphasize more than this for plagiarism, but be careful. All right, so guys, it was a bit of introduction on what we are going to do, assessment, tasks, about myself, your tutors, and all the preliminary or maybe introductory information about this unit, right? So let's go through a bit of enterprise architecture and systems. Then hopefully we will have some minutes to answer your questions. Right, so I'm quickly going through this things. Right, guys. Organizations, functional organizations, or maybe the factories. How many factories you have visited in your life so far? How many organizations you have visited? So many of them, right? But every organization, every factory, every company has got different functions, different departments in that company. Accounting department, manufacturing department, HR, human resource department, right? So these are the functions of each organization, different departments. These departments are separately doing their job, and the organization as a whole is going to be, let's say, we are trying to integrate organization as a whole to connect these dots, right? So you have purchasing departments, needs to be integrated with production, warehousing, sale and marketing department, and all the other departments. So the aim of this unit is working on different, let's say, columns here, you can see. In SAP task, and in each session, we are trying to cover these columns in SAP software, right? And the role of SAP software to integrate these departments, to get things done faster, easier, and in a really good way, let's say, right? So this is what we call as, let's say, functional organizational structure. Back in, let's say, 50 years ago, we have different separate departments in each, let's say, company, organization. They were connected to each other, but not much connected as you guys can see in SAP software, in integrated, let's say, systems, right? Okay, so this is bring us to the subject, we call that one as enterprise resource planning, right? Or maybe what does that mean? What we call as ERP systems, right? ERP systems can integrate a company operations by providing company-wide computing environment, right? So those things can include single database, shared all the functions. Also can deliver consistent data to all business functions in a real time, right? In a real time, guys, we can have an integration between different departments like this in a real-time basis. So at this moment, you will be notified about the transactions done in accounting department, purchasing department, sale and marketing department. So this is a main feature of ERP systems, right? So it can definitely reduce cost and time and can increase efficiency for organizations, right? If you use SAP systems, ERP systems, right? So a couple of examples for IBM company. Most of you guys know regarding IBM company, right? So the developments happened after implementing SAP software, or maybe enterprise resource planning idea. But for example, for shipping a replacement part was in, 22 days. We bring that one to 3 days using SAP software. We bring, repeat inventory cycle from 5 days to 5 minutes. Also, if you want to check customer account, right? So you can get that one in 3 seconds rather than 20 minutes before we have these enterprise architecture systems, right? So you can see that how quick we are, how efficient we are, right? By using these type of things. And these ERP systems are using a common database, one single database, which integrate all these activities and functions I mentioned, right? So the development started mostly in 1970s, right? When we have some development in efficient storage and retrieval of the data. Managing the data, efficient storage of data was one of the main problems back in 50 years ago, right? So emergence of these ERP systems we can manage the data, we can efficiently use the storage of data, right, to support ERP systems. And to be more quick, and we can quickly respond to the large organizations, right? The informations of that large organizations. By 1990s, we can apply these ERP systems, this efficient management of data into the large organizations, large scale ERP systems, right? After that one, we are working through ERP system to develop this softwares, to integrate, to have a more integration, more efficient systems and softwares, right? For example, we are using different computing power, different memories, cloud computing, right? Network security, all these options, all these things to develop ERP systems, right? Also, the other things after 1990s happened was the vision of integrated information systems, right? Supply chain idea, supply chain management, logistics, right? Having this background, this idea really helped us, helped IT guys and supply chain management guys to develop these ERP softwares. And we somehow shift from the functional focus, which was the departmental focus, focusing on each department separately. Then we decided to have a, let's say, holistic view of these departments, focusing on not each departments, but all departments in one place, ERP systems. Right, so ERP architecture, guys, what does that mean? What does ERP architecture means? Two main types of architecture, guys, we have. Designing of the systems, or designing of ERP systems, we mean, right? So the first type is going to be the three-tier client-server architecture and service-oriented architecture. What does these two types of architecture means? Let's go through that. First one, guys. All of you guys have used the softwares like maybe Word, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or PowerPoint, which I'm using that one to deliver these lectures to you guys, right? So these are the type of three-tier softwares, or maybe client-server based softwares. What we are doing in these softwares is we have a presentation layer, or maybe the client layer. What does that? Is we are using different menus, we are using typings, selecting, and all those activities to access or maybe to use the software, Excel software, right? In that Excel, we can write some formulas, right? So this is giving you the second tier option. You're going to get to the second tier, which is the application layer, right? So you are more efficient in using of that software. You're getting to the application server, changing a bit in that software, writing some formulas, right? Or maybe charts. And also the third tier you are using is storage of that data. You can either save that one in your computer, your hard drive, USB flash disks, flash drive, or the cloud, let's say the cloud memory, right? So you can either have either of these two. For this type of client-server based softwares, mostly we are using the hard drive, or maybe the USB drive you have seen to store data. But we have the second type, server-oriented architecture, or maybe the Fury Launchpad you can see in your SAP software, right? So these Fury Launchpads giving you guys, let's say, a web services. You can store your data, you can change the data, or maybe you can work with these applications through web-based service, right? So you can type URL, you can access to that application, you can get things done, and then log out instead of installing that one to your computer, right? So these are the difference between two types of ERP architecture systems: service-oriented architecture and also We call that one as a client server-based things. So I'm going to finish this lecture by mentioning this one, that guys, in 50 years ago, I mean before 1970s or maybe after that, we had the idea of having different departments working separately, and then I mean having the information to the top management having a decision making, and then you are going from there. But ERP systems removing these silos, right? These inefficient, let's say, department workings, or maybe departments, right? Into, let's say, very efficient one, to the business process model, or maybe integrated models. You have different departments together, they are working together interchangeably, integrated in a very integrated version, and then they have the information flow between departments in a very efficient way, in a very quick way. And all the departments know that, for example, logistic departments know what procurement department is doing and what accounting department is doing. All these departments are connected to each other, right? So this is the aim of ERP system, SAP systems. So this is one of the examples of what you guys can see in your tutorials. Sorry guys, it's already 4:50. I was a bit long in, finishing the lecture. Sorry for that. So guys, I'm going to take five minutes of your time. If you have any specific question, please go ahead, ask any questions if you have. I have lots of things here. Could you please type, if your question is really important, please type your questions now, because I can't see the other comments. Cool, thanks Shahid. When we are tasked to write a report, your references can be before 2015 as well. So we are going to give more explanation about the references later on. But it can be before 2015 as well. So you guys, you don't need to download SAP. In your first tutorial session, your tutors will set up your accounts, and they will let you know your username, your password, and then you're going from there. Don't worry about SAP task for now. Your SAP accounts, I will upload your SAP accounts, your usernames on Milo in, I think, next 2 days. You will have access to that one. But before your first tutorial, you won't have an access to SAP account, because your tutors need to set it up for you, and after that you can use your SAP account. Before that, you will not have an access to SAP account. Yes, guys, the deadline for your first assignment is going to be, just for this one, just for the first assignment, is going to be the Sunday of week 3, right? I extended already because we have some problem of allocation of the accounts. I have already extended that one from Friday to Sunday. So Sunday of week 3 is going to be your deadline. But for week 6 is the Friday, week 9 is Friday again. But only for your first assignment is going to be on Sunday. Right. Right, so your groups, guys, at the until week 7, don't worry about your group settings, right? We will let you know when you guys need to set up your groups and so forth. So you don't need to set up any group task for now. Don't worry about group. All you're going to do is your individual task until week 7 or 8, right? So don't worry about group task for now. Yeah, you can find the lecture slides already, guys, on Milo week 1. Week 1. Okay. Right. So, guys, thank you very much. About the exam, I will explain later, guys. Thank you very much. I hope we can answer your questions next session. If you have any questions, I promise I can give you more time next session, then you can ask your questions. But if you have any questions, you can ask your tutors first, and then if they can't give you the information, which I'm sure they will, you can ask me as well. You can always, you can email me anytime. And guys, please give me feedbacks as well. I really like feedbacks. I really like feedbacks. If you guys happy with the teaching part, if you're not happy with that, write me an email. Say like, Ali, you are going really fast. You are going too very quick. I don't know. You're very slow. Right? So, or anything. If you have any feedback, please do write me an email. I appreciate if you guys give me feedbacks. I'm very open to feedbacks. Right. So thank you very much, all of you guys. Hope to see you guys next week. And please write me an email if you have any questions. So thanks very much, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. See you guys all.
Excuse me, Ali.
Yes.
Sorry, I guess now it's not.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Will, you can ask your question.
Yeah. I just found out this Zoom. I've used Zoom before in
Right.
my English study, and I found out when you show your how to say PPT PowerPoint,
Yeah.
we couldn't see very clear in the beginning. It's a very super, how to say. I can show you a picture if you want. I'll just put it in the chat window.
It was not clear, you mean? It was, I mean, the resolution was not really good, right?
Yeah, it was not even able to say it. So in the beginning, and the
Right.
end, a little bit better, but still sometimes, not
Okay,
clear.
so let's, I'm doing, so can you double check? It was just like that in the beginning, right?
Yeah, yeah, and the beginning is very bad, and last is better, but still, okay, acceptable.
Right, okay. So
So
sorry for that, but for next session, I will try to adjust the screen in a better way.
okay,
So I will get feedbacks from you guys next session. Then I can fix that one if there is any problem.
okay, that'd be great. That'd be
Okay,
great. Cool.
Thank you for the feedback anyway. Thanks, Will. And for your tutorial, if it hasn't been fixed, again, send me another email, because I forgot the names. The amount of things in my mind. Writing an email is the best choice. Then I can help you out on that.
Yeah, I'll write you an email. I've noticed that all the tutorials is full, and so actually I don't have other choice, as I don't know.
It's awful. I already asked Julia to open some tutorials. Hopefully we'll get that one by tomorrow. But
okay.
if you can't register tomorrow, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I'm in Launceston. I'm studying in Launceston, and
Oh,
my
good, good. Then I will see you hopefully in the tutorials then.
yeah, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you.
See you, Will. Thanks.
Cheers. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Hi, Lee. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Good. I will try that one. I will try to turn off my video. Yeah, it can be a solution.
Hi, Ali. Just
Hi.
remind. Maybe we should stop recording now.
Yes,